Hello, YouTube, and welcome back to Allie's Wonderland Creations. I am Alice Seraphin, and I am a Stampin' Up! Demonstrator here in the Pacific Northwest, in that wonderful little place of Belfair, Washington, Hickville, USA, as I love to call it. So welcome to my channel, everybody. So this is May 2025's Paper Pumpkin Alternative video number 30. Yeah. Woo! Yippee! Yes, yes, yes. I am so excited to have hit 30 with this kit. I feel like my room is really dark, but it could be that we're just having an overcast day today. So, we're going to pick an envelope and see what we got in it, because about 3 days ago, I started putting what little supplies I had left in envelopes with some ideas. I don't remember what those were for this paper pumpkin. I don't. It's been a busy couple of days. So let's see what we have. So this kit is called Mountain Majesties. You could have created three of this one, and this one, and we had three different envelopes: Petal Pink, Lost Lagoon, and Misty Moonlight. On the back, as always, this QR code would lead you to a video to show you how to put this kit together as it is designed, a visual of everything in the kit. Down here, it lists the coordinating colors. Now, this one down here will bring you to this set of 4 dies called Hugs of Bloom. They will coordinate with April, May, and June's Paper Pumpkin Kit. The new set of kits are out and available. They're called Circle of Seasons dies, and yes, there's a circle in them. So this is the stamp sets. You Mean the World to Me, For a Wonderful Man, The Birds, which you have this little set of 4. The large one you could cut apart right here, and then you would have 3, because I have done it. Happy Birthday, I Love You, Best Dad Ever, You're the Greatest, and Happy Father's Day. I will have to tell you that on Father's Day, my dear hubby had to fix my daughter's car. Yes. The rotor on her rear passenger side of her car started sounding funny. And sure enough, he took it off, and he's like, I have never seen this. In all the years I've worked on cars, I have never seen this happen, but it would figure. So that's what he did on Father's Day. Good dad. Poor man. So let's take a look at what I have. So I have this one, 1, 2, 3, and I have one with a stamp. We're going to choose this box, this envelope here. And this set is called Nature Silhouettes. And I know from this one that I was just going to use to pay homage to beauty is to admire nature. To admire nature is to worship God. It says unknown. And I think I was going to use the stamp on the inside, just the deer. I don't know why that is, but I do kind of remember that. The reason being is I have to get to physical therapy. So we have those two, I thought. And let's see. I have a note. I left myself a note. It says, cut the flap, stamp on Lost Lagoon, and cut it straight for the sentiment. And it looks like I have a bit of ribbon. So this is black ribbon. We're doing a very simple card here. So this is the flap from the kit. So let's see. We have a card base that is 5.5 by 8.5, scored at 4 1/4. It's white. We have 1/2 of a card base. So this is, I'm thinking we trim this down to 4 by 5 1/4. I'm thinking, and I'm wondering, do we do a black layer behind it? And if I'm thinking that, I'm kind of liking that idea. So let me see. I bet I have. Ooh, wait a minute. Remember that piece that I had the glue on? What size is this? This is 3 3/4 by 5. That's stinky winky. Unless I die cut the center out and pop it up on here, which we could do. I just would need to bring the machine over, right, to die cut. Let's see. Let's see about a die. So, let's make it difficult, right? This was supposed to be a lickety-split card, and here I go. So these are my stitched rectangles. Oh, I do have the new one, right? But we're not doing that. So this one would do there. So what I'm going to do is I am going to just run this really quick through the die cutting machine. I'm going to get a little piece of washi tape. I'm almost done with it. I usually do this on my pants, but here's my little coaster my girlfriend Jackie made me. And I'm going to do that because even washi tape, guys, washi tape can and does tear when you pull it off. Ask me how I know and I will tell you, because it's done it to me. So I am just going to go like this. And I am going to go die cut. Now this one is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 from the center. So give me a second to run this through the new fancy dancy machine, right? There we go. And I'll just bring it all over here. The new fancy dancy machine. And we have it. And I have all those stamps piled up. So I do want to be careful in pulling this off. Because like I said, it can and does tear. All right. So now what I'm going to do is, this is going to get glued down there. This will have a little bit, look at that. Beautiful, right? And we'll put this little bit here. All right. And then my sentiment is going to get stamped on this. We're going to probably fussy cut this out here. That's what I'm thinking. Okay. Let's hopefully, I'm going to put a pin through this just to make sure it's like going. Feels good to me. Let's glue all of this down, these 2 layers. Alrighty. Yes, it's not too chilly, but it's still a little, I mean, you can see I have a jacket on. Well, I need a jacket on to go outside anyways. And I was just hanging up clothes on the clothesline this morning. So I had to have a jacket on. That's a go-to. And this is one of my UV protectant jackets. My pink one needs a good scrubbing around the edges because usually in the mornings I put it on and I go outside and I take care of the little birdie feeders and the water bats, you know, and I pull some weeds, and all around the edges is very, very dirty. It needs a little, you know, scrub-a-dub-dub there with a little bit of soap. I don't think just stick it in the washing machine is going to cut it. I really think it needs a little scrubbing. So now we get to use it. It has all the dots from the glue the last time around. Oh, and I have to tell you, we had the best time at the movies, but I don't think anybody had as good of a time as Mr. Hank the Tank there has when he goes to the movies. He always takes a blanket, and he has, ever since we started taking him, he always takes a blanket. And, but the kid cracks us up because nobody gets as comfortable at the movies as Hank. And this time was no different. So we go in there and, you know, they have these nice reclining chairs nowadays. And this one, we're going to add this little bit. I'm wondering, what if I think I might just stamp. See, then I'm wondering, all right, maybe I'll do a little, we're going to stamp now. Oh, please let this, I'm thinking I want to stamp right directly on top here. And then we'll do a soft knot with this piece of ribbon. Now this piece of ribbon is 5 3/4. And I want my knot to be about right here. So Hank goes in there, and I'm not kidding you. He gets in the chair, he reclines, he snuggles up in his blanket, he kicks his shoes off. And then he takes his socks off. Oh, yeah. No problems for him. This kid is like, he's prepared to sit back, kick back, and enjoy the movie as if he was at home. And he's all in. You know, he cracks me and Justice up. And it's not the first time he's done this. This is his go-to. That is, okay, that is going to be lovely. All right. Yes, he does. But what was really funny this time around is he's sitting, Justice is here, Hank's here, I'm here. And the theater is starting to fill up. And so, you know, when they do children's movies, they do these little kids packs where they give the kids, you know, their own little popcorn, their snack, and their drink. And on these little drink cups, they have the little dragon, and he got toothless. He was so excited when the guy handed him his cup. And Hank doesn't drink soda. I mean, he might have a sip of soda, but he doesn't really. So the guy was like, well, what would you like to drink, you know, young man? And Hank says water. And the guy looks at the two of us, and Justice is like, yes, that's what he wants. He's like, you don't want like a Slurpee or, you know, anything? And Hank says, no, just water. He's like, you want ice in that? And Hank's like, oh, yes, white ice, please. And so Hank has his little toothless in there on top of his water. He was so excited to get toothless. And when you go in there, they were also selling little stuffed animals about this big of toothless. And I bought him a little toothless to go with his big toothless, which we did bring the big toothless with us. So we had big toothless and mini toothless with us, and the blanket, and we had water bottles from home in the purses, right? So we buy just a medium-sized bag of popcorn. We didn't need a big bucket of it. So Hank's in the middle, and as the movie's going, Hank keeps shoving me his little bucket thing that came in his little kids pack, and I keep filling this thing up. And didn't think Justice had like a pretzel or something, so she was eating. I never heard her ask for popcorn or anything, but Hank constantly shoving me his little container, you know, more popcorn. I was just filling it up for him. And about halfway through the movie, he leans over and he says, hey, Manji, you got any more water in that bag? I said, yeah, Hank, I have my water bottle. I know better than to drink my own water bottle because Hank always needs more water. And so I'm like, here you go. So I filled up his toothless cup and I filled it up with water. And about 20 minutes later, you got some more water, Monty? I'm like, yes, Hank. So I filled up his toothless cup with the rest of the water. After the movie, what was really funny, and I know I should be stamping, sorry guys, is Hank is getting on his socks and shoes and everything, and Justice and I are walking off to the side. And Justice is like, why, Mom? Mom, why? Why? Every time he has to take not just his shoes off, but he takes his socks off as well. And I said, Justice, I don't know. I said, but he sure just makes himself at home. He is just, you know, right. That is going to be perfect. He's very comfortable at the theater. She's like, I know. She's like, but nobody else in the theater, nobody comes to the theater and takes their shoes and socks off but him. And I said, honey, he's comfy. He has his blanket. He had his two stuffies, and he had toothless and mini toothless tucked in together. He had them sitting right next to him. I said, but Justice, I said, you want to really know why? The kid drank all the water. And she said, no. And I said, yeah. She's like, Mom, he drank mine too. And she's like, and what happened to the popcorn? I said, he ate it all of it. She's like, is that why I got no popcorn? I said, honey, I didn't know you wanted any popcorn. I just kept filling up his bucket. He kept doing this with it. She's like, so he drank my water, and he drank your water, and he drank his as well. I said, yes, honey. I said, next time we need to bring a gallon jug with us. And do you think we can sneak that into the movies? Oh, that is perfect. Yeah. So I'm wondering, how big of a purse do we got to get in the next time we go to the movies to bring in a gallon of water just so this kid can drink it? Oh my goodness, that is gorgeous. Gorgeous, gorgeous, gorgeous. It's a little cricket. That's okay. It's gonna be fine. It's gonna be fine. It's homemade, right? Could have been better. I could have done better. I think I'm a little too excited telling you guys about how funny Hank was. So yes, he drank his mother's water. He drank my water. He drank it all. And they weren't just little water bottles, they were our water, and he drank it all. I knew better than to drink mine. I knew he would be wanting more. But so funny. Just that kid. Popcorn, I guess, will make you really thirsty. I knew better than to eat the popcorn, too. I ate a little bit, but I knew that I figured he was sharing the popcorn with her. But no, he wasn't sharing the popcorn with her at all. He was eating it all. No wonder why he was so thirsty. Oh, but we all really liked the movie. We really liked it. But it was funny because Hank afterwards, he said, they left the part out of the Tiny Terrors. And I said, which part is that? He's like, where Toothless and Hiccup, they go to the island after they're flying in the sky. He knows the movie really, really well. He's like, that part wasn't in the movie. He's like, they had everything else in, but they left out that part where the Tiny Terror was trying to eat Toothless's fish. And I said, you're right, Hank. I said, but honey, they can't put everything in there. He's like, well, that was a funny part. And I said, honey, I said, that was a really, really funny part. And we were laughing on the way home because the little tiny terror, little dragons, they reminded us all of TT, of my Chihuahua. And so we were having a good laugh at that. So pay homage to beauty. To pay homage to beauty is to admire nature. To admire nature is to worship God unknown. I absolutely love it. I'm going to stick a little glue dot underneath that. But yes, we had a great time at the movies. And of course, part of it is Hank's antics. The socks and the shoes. And you have to wait for him to get them all back on. Just so funny. But we had a really, really good time. So the question is, am I going to put anything on the inside? And the answer is no. I'm going to leave it blank. I'm going to put the deer. I kind of like the idea. We're going to use, okay, this one. Where is this one? I'll show you. This is a paper pumpkin stamp. Peaceful Christmas, October 2021's. We could do, I'm looking, just a note. We'll put just a note and a hello on this card. We will do that. I do have those out. So just a note and hello. We will go ahead and put those on there. Now if I can find the black memento. We didn't need the flap after all. I wish that was a little straighter. It must not be perfectly straight on the stamp. So we're going to put hello on the back, a little different, because I do want to put my deer here. We had a lovely time. I'm not doing all of him. I think he's going to be off, but I just want him at the bottom. He's not quite as dark as I like, but you can take a Sharpie. I just took my Sharpie in, the thick one for Hank to take to school, but let me show you. This is a thinner one. So if you have a stamp similar to this, take it and you can color in everything with a Sharpie, a black marker of any kind, really. And you can fill it in. Now I'm going to tell you, once you start doing this, you're going to need to do the entire image. Otherwise, well, up here I won't because that's nice and dark. But down here, if I had a thicker Sharpie, it would be nicer. But this is a thin Sharpie. But Hank took it so kids could write in his yearbook and on his shirt that says Sand Hill Field Day 2025 for signatures. Otherwise, this would go really well, really quickly. So unfortunately, this is not going quickly. But don't be afraid to fill it in if it's a black solid silhouette type stamp. And black blend would do well. I mean, anything like that. Though a blend on an envelope would not do well. Just so there. Now my deer is nice and dark. We are going to do the trees in the bottom of the card and then just a note. So then I'm going to get just that little bit and then the just a note here. Set that down. There. Now it's not blank. And that's my card for today. I will try to do another one when I get home. A little black wink of Stella. Pardon my reach. Going to go up underneath this. Of course, I could have done this before I put the ribbon on. You could do it before you die cut, but I'm not going to go for the outside. I'm just doing what's on this part. That's it. And my envelope. So I hope you guys like this one. But now I've got to run to physical therapy. And I hope you all have a lovely day. And I hope I see you all here soon. Bye-bye for now, everyone.